Okay, so in the first one, we're gonna apply multi-step equations, and in this problem, we want to, it says the value of x of the figures below have the same area. Remember, area is when you multiply, that's length times width. So I'm going to multiply figure A, so I would have my parentheses x minus 2, and I put the 4 on the outside. So 4 times 1 is 4x, and then you have 4 times negative 2, and 4 times negative 2 is a negative 8. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on figure B. So, before I do that, I'm going to go see figure A. So figure A, the expression is 4x minus 8. So I'm going to write 4x minus 8 right there by figure A. Now, figure B, I need to find the area again. So I'm going to multiply. So put your parentheses, negative x plus 5. And remember, that means negative 1x. And then the 2 goes on the outside. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2x, and then you have 2 times 5, and 2 times 5 is positive 10. So it's negative 2x plus 10. Now, the thing is, right here, it says they have the same area, and same means that they are equal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set those equal to each other. So 4x minus 8 is equal to negative 2x plus 10. Now I'm going to solve. So draw your line. Remember, I'm going to move negative 2x to the other side, so it becomes positive 2x. So that moves away. And then I want to move negative 8 to the other side, which becomes positive 8. So negative 8 goes away. So now you can add 4 plus 2 is 6x equals 10 plus 8 is 18. Now, the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So you're going to divide by 6. And so x equals 3. So the value of x is 3. Now, I want to find the value of area A. So what you do is wherever you see x, I'm going to plug in the number 3. Okay? So right here, I can say 4 parentheses 3 minus 8. And you can put that in your calculator. 12 minus 8 is 4. So figure A is 4. And then I'm going to do the same thing on B. So I'm going to replace x. So you've got negative 2 parentheses 3 plus 10. And put that whole thing in your calculator. So negative 6 plus 10 would be positive 4. Notice they should be the same. And they are. So I did that correctly. Now look at the second one. This time, instead of area, it's perimeter. And remember, perimeter, you add all the sides. Now I have two figures. They've only given me one side, 3x minus 1. So I'm going to go back. The two figures below represent an equilateral triangle. Equal means every side is the same. So every side is the same. So 4x plus 4 goes here. And 4x plus 4 goes here. Okay, they're all exactly the same. And then the same thing, regular, also means that they're all equal on the hexagon. So 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1, and 3x minus 1. Okay, every single side's the same. So I want to collect like terms. So on figure A, 3x plus 3x plus 3x plus 3x plus 3x plus 3x. So there's 6 3's. If I add those together, I would get 18x. Now, when I put the other one in, notice this says negative 1. And some of you get confused when you do that. But you would start negative 1, and then minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. There's 6 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to do one more. Minus 1. Enter, you get negative 6. So that is minus 6 when I put all those together. Okay? So 18x minus 6, that is figure A. On figure B, you got your 4x plus 4x plus 4x. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. So 12x. And then you put together the numbers in the back. 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is also 12. So 12x plus 12. Oops, I said plus 4, sorry about that. Plus 12. Now, the question says if they have the same perimeter, so same is equal. So I'm gonna set those equal to each other. 18x minus 6 equals 12x plus 12. And now I want to solve. So draw your line. 12x moves to the other side, becomes a negative 12x. And then negative 6 becomes, or minus 6 becomes plus 6. Okay? So now we're going to collect like terms. 18 minus 12 is 6x, and then 12 plus 6 is 18. The opposite of multiplying is to divide. So divide each side by 6. So x equals 3. So my value for x is 3. Now, they won't always be 3, but it happened to work out this both times. So now I want to find the figure A. I want to find the perimeter. So remember, I go back to my equation, my expression that I got. And wherever I see x, I'm going to plug in a 3. Okay, wherever you see x, you're going to plug in a 3. So 18, oops, sorry about that. 18 parentheses 3 minus 6. And I put that whole thing in the calculator. I'm going to get 48. On this one, 12 parentheses 3 plus 12. If I put that whole thing in the calculator, I get 48. So both of those add up to 48. And so that is correct. The next one, number 3. So first it says solve for the variable, and then I'm going to use substitution. So very first thing, number 1, I need to solve. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to rewrite this, 3x, instead of plus 5, it's minus 5 equals negative 11. Now I'm going to solve. So draw your line. I need to get rid of negative 5 first. The opposite of minus 5 is plus 5. So 3x equals, and negative, remember, always start from the top. So negative 11 plus 5 is negative 6. And the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So divide by 3. Those cancel out, so x equals negative 2. Now, you know what x is. X is negative 2. So now we're going to do substitution. So this is the second part. So wherever you see x, I'm going to plug in negative 2. And then you're going to put that in your calculator. So you would say 4 parentheses negative 2, oops. Make sure you do the parentheses, negative 2, and then you have plus 5. Just enter that whole thing, and you get negative 3. So this is negative 3. The next one, I'm going to use this equation. And again, negative 2 goes right here. Okay? So 2, open parentheses, negative 2, close parentheses, minus 1. And you get negative 5. So this is negative 5. And then you're going to plug in negative 2 and right there in that parentheses. So you've got 17 minus parentheses, negative 2, close parentheses, enter, and you have 19. Okay, so that's your answer. So let's try another one. On number 4, first of all, I'm going to rewrite that. So 6x minus 83 equals 187. Now I'm going to do the 2-step. So draw your line. The opposite of subtracting 83 is to add 83. So 6x equals 270. And then the opposite of multiplying 6 is to divide by 6. So 270 divided by 6 is 45. So x equals 45. I'm going to put that right here. Now, I'm going to take each equation and I'm going to rewrite. So I'm going to start with this one. So 2, and wherever you see the x, okay, wherever you see the variable x, I'm going to put parentheses, and then it's 45. Close parentheses, and then you have plus 6. And if you put that in your calculator, then you would get 96. Okay? The second one, so start with this one, and a lot of you forget that negative. I have to start with that negative. And then I'm going to put the x. So the x goes behind it. So I have to say parentheses 45, close parentheses, and then this is plus 2. Now, remember, and I'm gonna point this one out, because a lot of you forgot, negative parentheses 45, close parentheses, plus 2. I have to enter it just like it looks, so it's negative 43. And then the last one, so 10 minus, but instead of x, okay, right here, wherever the x would go, I would say parentheses 45. So 10 minus 45 is negative 35. So first of all, you solve and then you substitute. All right, and then part 3. So let's say that we have two congruent angles. Congruent means that they are equal, okay? So I have two angles here. My first angle is 5x minus 12, so I'm going to say 5x minus 12. And then I have equals, so equals, and my second one is 3x plus 2. So now I'm going to solve. So I need to move the x to the other side, which would be minus 3x, and then minus 12 becomes plus 12. Okay, that gets rid of the 3x, gets rid of the minus 12. So 2x equals 14. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is to divide by 2. So x equals 7. So first of all, I've got x equals 7. Now, I want to find the measure of angle 1. And remember, the measure of angle 1, this was angle 1, 5x minus 12. So I'm going to say 5x minus 12. But wherever I see x, I'm going to plug in 7. So 5 parentheses 7 minus 12. And I'm going to put that in the calculator just like that. 5 parentheses 7 minus 12. Hit enter. You get 23. So my first angle is 23. The second one, angle 2 is 3x plus 2. So 3x plus 2. Again, wherever I see x, I'm going to plug in 7. So 3 parentheses 7 plus 2. And you get 23. Now notice they're congruent. They're equal. So those should be the same. And they are. So that checked out right. Okay, so we're going to do one more like that, number 6. So I've got two congruent angles. They are equal. So 4x minus 6 equals, and my second one is x plus 9. Okay, some of you like putting that 1 in front. That's fine. So move over the 1. That becomes minus 1x. That gets rid of that. And then the opposite of subtracting 6 is to add 6. So 3x equals 15. The opposite of multiplying by 3 is to divide by 3. So x equals 5. Now once you get x equals 5, I've got to go back and find my angles. So angle 1 was 4x plus 6. So I'm going to put 4x plus 6, or minus 6, sorry. And wherever I see x, now I'm going to plug in a 5. So 4 parentheses 5 minus 6. And when you put that in the calculator, you get 14. So measure of angle 1 is 14. And then angle 7 is x plus 9. So again, wherever you see x, you're going to plug in 5. So parentheses 5 plus 9, which is also 14. And they are indeed congruent.